over 15 years, I've been working with the differently able people. When everybody was silenced, I was with them. One of the things I'm going to do through this scholarship package, we'll have a scholarship package for the differently able people. Dina am scholarship package through the education program, housing scheme Buma plan. There will also be allocate some housing. So funds available, they should be paid every month. Yeren deka encore def, luta gambi duñ ko mëna def. Suma toge council nak, one of the bylaws is to make sure every public institution in KMC danga am public access to the different able public toilets. So amute you charge la you convert some toilets into toilets and the disabled and co-use. That is a must. And finally, one of the nominated members must, should, will be from the people with different able. Thank you very much.
Bima joge bakote dom side go villa dem. Te kuma ham man fi ma ciosano ñun ñoo gumbo yek ngana yek lag yek ñoo daan bokk di agn di fanaan benn kër di fanaan benn néeg for over 40 years ku am xam alaaji girigara xam ne ku nekk gan ci dëkk bi fii amuloo foo dem ñu ne la demal kër alaaji girigara ci cosaan boobu laa juddoo nag moo tax ma fonk képp koo xam ne rek sa loxo jotut sa gannaaw dooree ko nag ci façon nit ñooñu am ci ñoom yërmande di leen jàppale booba taxawuma sax di laajte meeyo kon donc ku ma bugg a xam rek dem leen ci ñoom ngeen laaj leen kanaay Panjaay Girigara.
7 months ago, we publicized our comprehensive manifesto. And right in there, we have mentioned in 2 points that the issue of disability. And we have said that the people with disability need to be supported with skills, with education, and also the infrastructure that will be constructed or rehabilitated will take care of those people who are sitting on wheelchairs and people who have all kinds of disabilities. That is clear. And my history working with 12 years with the Child Protection Alliance also linked me up with the Department of Social Welfare and with all these differently able organizations. That's why in this campaign, I have visited GATHOC, that's the Gambia Association of the Hard of Hearing. I've visited GOVI, that's the Gambia Association of Visually Impaired. And I've had a meeting with the Gambia Federation of the Disabled. Today, we're talking about a Disability Act. I am proud to say that I am part of the people who drafted the draft Disability Act before it was taken to the Ministry of Justice.
War nañoo try disabled bi faciliter leen jàngal leen métier nga xam ne am na lot of things yoo xam ne muy supermarkets mun nañ fa toog nekk cashiers parce que loolu loxo koo liggéey xëy na amuloo tànka waaye am nga loxo yoo liggéeyee council bi li ma wax mooy mais bu fa mën a toog foog ñu aar dañu war a aar functions yu bëri functions yoo xam ne dina dimbale not disabled bi rek soo demee Bakaw si géej gi soo demee si jaaykati jën yi dem naa fa bu yàggul ni demaat fa ñu ngi toog defuñ dara dañoo indi seen jën yi pour jaay ko mu nekk problème soo créé disabled bi teg leen fa foofu si tefes bi ñuy kaaf jën dañ ko catfish comme ni ñoo defaree kong la ñoo defaree sardeñ man businessman la factory bi will cost only $12 million council mun naa faciliter loolu Gambia dañoo export fish ba pare di import sardeñ xam nga these are all things yoo xam ne ñun fii mun nañ ko defar suñu boppa there are a lot of things yoo xam ne mun nañoo include disabled people.
I am also concerned about vulnerable children. We see that even with disabled people, you go to the traffic light, you have children going with them. That's a serious issue that needs to be tackled. What I can do is I will have a unit within the Kanifing Municipal Council to deal with people with disability and vulnerable children. That is already part of my plan. We will do a census, because I checked the records, but what the census is saying, 10% of the population, they have one form of disability or the other. And the biggest one is eye problem. We need to do a proper census of those people who have disability in this country, within KMC. And we will give a tax concession to any of the companies that will employ disabled or people that are disadvantaged. We'll make sure that we show as best practices, like the GSM companies. They have engaged some of them. we'll encourage other companies to do the same.
I already create in my website, that is to tell you that I'll create a department. I've already identified a disability personnel that will look after their welfare. I have been a legal practitioner, the first one to represent a disability group here in the Gambia. I had drafted their constitution to make sure their association is empowered. Who can do it more than Assan? I will hold central government accountable as a lawyer who has been fighting.
Council be dañ ko tek pour mu represent all segments of society. So this nominated councillors is to represent different sections of society. So I'm the woman councillor who want to represent women's affairs. So I think, like the saying goes, kuboka sigeta gi nansi mewi. So we have to empower people of the disabled society and maybe change the laws to allow a nominated councillor from the disabled, or to create a committee where disabled can come and talk about their rights and come and fight for their share of KMC. Thank you.
Why old age and infirm ñooñu ñun su suñ programme boole nañ leen ci dëgg la am na fi waaye dañ ko war a yaatal su ko defee ñooñu ñu mun leen a toppatoo ñi ñoo wax disable comme ni ko suma naataango itam waxee disable luñu parce que dañ fata ci benn boor waaye mun nañ ci beneen boor ñooñu tam ñun bàyyi nañ leen xel pour seet naka lañ leen gën a yaatalee gën a mee doole am na lu bari loo xam ne ñu ngi koo def fi mu nekk nii man maa ngi ci jumaa yi ñaari jumaa yu mag biir Serekunda te ku bugg a gis ñi nga xam ne ñooñu foofu lañ uppee mooy Serekunda mos man maa ngi ak ñoom maa ngi liggéey ak ñoom di waxtaan ak ñoom di leen sensitise ak Gaddafi mos tamit maa ngi ci ñoom xam naa ni ñoo dëkkee foofu noonu.
So we will bring all these, associations of visually impaired, hard of hearing, and all that, soul and others, into our midst, and let them take, part in the discussions and in the preparation of these, solutions to mitigate their circumstances. And for, the general public to implement or institutionalize, areas that they can use comfortably. We have been talking about that. And in some areas, if you go around, the municipality today, you will see them. You will see, the person in the wheelbarrow or wheelchair going around. When he comes to the door, there are two sides. There is a staircase, and there is, a smooth, landing, area. So in that sense, I also add my voice, to the enthusiasm that is being, put on these people. Thank you.
That the manifesto of my candidate have captured people, differently able people. He has indicated that in his manifesto that he's going to address their problems, and not only addressing their problems by asking them what's their problem, but also by nominating a councillor among them who will represent them at council. I said it during my presentation. So which means to say, my candidate is already au fait. I said it earlier, he's an experienced person. He has worked as a councillor for 10 good years. He has also rose to the ranks of a permanent secretary 1. He got experience, he's got knowledge, and he knows the actual problems of this community, and he has captured them. I said earlier on, his manifesto is here, it's all inclusive. I said it earlier, and this issue have already been addressed by my country.